mindset is affected by your environment, by things you feed your mind on. So the question is, what are you feeding yourself with? There are places that you go to, even if you want to go and search for jobs. They will not ask for your qualification, your degree in school. They will ask you, what can you offer?
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, Instagram and TikTok, depending the platform you are watching this content. Guess what? It is Finding Your Spark as an Individual, Undergraduate or Graduate, episode 5. And guess what? I'm the studio with a guest. She works as a photographer and a social media manager. Her hobbies are learning, making research and traveling, and I'm very sure she's embedded with information to pass across to every one of us watching this podcast. I am Sonny Sam, your #1 financial expert. So the guest in the studio with me today, her name is Toluwani Emmanuel. Toluwani Emmanuel, welcome to the podcast.
Please, I'm blushing. Thank you very much.
I really appreciate your presence.
Honored to be on this interview.
I'm very sure my audience are eager to learn from you.
God help us.
Amen. So make sure you watch this podcast to the end because every minute counts. So Toluwani Emmanuel, I'm very sure you're still an undergraduate.
Yes, of course I am.
Very well, that's good. And I'm sure before now, as a teenager, you have a goal. You have one or two things you want to become. So how far about it?
Okay, let me start from when I was in primary school. Because this girl that you're looking at, as you see her, she was supposed to become a medical doctor, like what everybody used to say. My daughter was become medical doctor, lawyers. And when we were much younger, we used to think about medical doctor, lawyer, and the likes. But on the long run, I saw that my field is not towards that. Number one, I was not good in math. I was not you have to, when you get to tertiary institution, you start doing math, start doing physics and all of that.
Sure.
So I saw that I was not that good in that part. So I ensured that, and people started telling me that, this girl, you are very good in speaking, you're very good at looking at people. And when I was in primary school, they used to allow me to do cast news. So they just call me newscaster. So that's when I picked the interest that I can do this thing, I'm bold. They will even give me money when I now start doing, that kind of feel. Yes. So that's why I started picking the interest, or that I picked the interest of broadcast, mass comm, on whole photography that I do.
Wow. Okay. Your interest was to be a medical doctor.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, you got a spark to be a mass communicator. Then you go to social media management.
Yeah.
Then you do broadcasting and all that. That's a good one. And I want to ask, as a young person growing in Africa, as we said before, your aim was to become a medical doctor. But along the process, you diversified.
Yeah.
Now, you did all that, you gained admission. So what school you studied? And I'm very sure you studied mass communication, right?
Yes.
So what school do you school?
I'm schooling in Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, one of the best polytechnic in Nigeria.
I know you said that.
Like one of you don't know what it is to be in one of the best polytechnic in Nigeria, and I'm proud that I'm a student of that school. There's so much discipline. I'm not like to you. That school, it will be as if you're in junior secondary school, but at least they instill that discipline and learning. We are learning.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. They will ensure that you put there's no social activities.
Wow.
That will make you start. There is nothing. after learning is learning.
Learning, wow.
So they will bombard you with so much work, so much assignments, and curriculum activities that you yourself, you never have time for social activities. Only if you don't want to be serious with your academics.
So you study at
okay,
Bedrock Polytechnic, Laro. Okay, let me put it this way. Apart from being a student,
yeah,
no, I've had a lot of students saying, what I'm doing just my academics alone, and nothing more. Apart from being a student, what other stuff do you do to put money in your pocket?
In fact, as you see me, so I'm a business woman. No, a lot of people will say, you do this, you do that, you do that. I say, I beg, let me do. In fact, let me just do, because I'm the kind of person I don't like to depend on my parents. Wow. Sometimes I may not have money. It's when my dad did not say, Alpha, baby girl, sure you get money for, and I say, sir, your get money don't finish, but if you want to send, you can send a little. But at least I'm a photographer, so sometimes I take pictures for people, edit pictures for people. Some people might not have time to edit. I say, okay, bring it, pay little amount. And I do customized t-shirts. So if you want to do I'm doing customized t-shirts. So I do customized t-shirts whereby you print on it. Even other people that do printing job, all this invitation card, ID card, business card, all of that.
Okay, those are the channels you use in getting
income.
Okay, as an undergraduate.
Yeah.
So, what advice? Because this is a very practical something. I've come across a lot of students in tertiary institutions that they'll tell you, I'm studying medicine and surgery and nothing more. What comes to my mind is this guy get back up, Jerry. That's why they do something like that. You understand? So, what is your advice for them? Because majority of us we finish university and do nothing. Yeah. So, what advice do you have for someone who have this mindset that okay, my academics are nothing more?
It's not about academics. So there are places that you go to, even if you want to go and search for jobs. They will not ask for your qualification, your degree in school. They will ask you, what can you offer? That's the question. Because of recent, I went for an interview. In fact, I was racking my brain. I was like, which question will they ask me? I was already thinking, would they ask me what is advertising? Because what the role I was going for was more like an advertising job. Because as a social media, they will ask. I was like, what question would they ask? I started thinking, and got so good. It was totally related to advertising. So they were asking me, what can you offer? What do you think this strategy would be? So those are the things you
can't get that from any.
You cannot get that from school. They will not teach you that in school. So you have to build yourself and ensure that you yourself are filled with knowledge. Because going outside, school is different from outside world. They are only training you
from streets.
Yes, they are only training you for the outside world. That's what I can say.
Okay, that was a very nice one, and I believe people watching will learn a lot from that.
Yeah.
So let's just start this way. Although we started already, but I just have a few questions to ask you. What roles does mindset play in finding one's spark? I'm very sure by now you found who you are. So what role does a mindset does in this thing?
Okay, for what I'll say about what does mindset plays in finding your self-identity, that's what I call it, because it's more of self-identity. That's what it's about. So the mindset you have is what is inside of you. What have you fed yourself with? Like, basically, to me, the mindset does not come. Mindset come with what you feed your mind, your environment, the people you go with, your friends, and all those things can help you find can help you find yourself to becoming who you are. So it has to start with you yourself wanting to know, who am I? Asking yourself, that's the first question you need to ask yourself. It's a mindset. Forget about the mindset. You yourself, you need to know, because for everything there's a purpose. There's nothing that is created without a purpose. So firstly, you have to know what purpose are you here on earth for. You're not just here for common sake. Your parents did not just give birth to you by mistake. No, you were not born by mistake. So I believe that if you first come to sit down and think about yourself and ask yourself this question, why am I here? What's my purpose? So that mindset will help you to ask ask yourself. It's a mindset. You have to think about it. And like I said, mindset is affected by your environment, by things you feed your mind on. So the question is, what are you feeding yourself with to help yourself to becoming who you want to be? Because everybody say, I want to be this, and later, I know there are some street people outside there. Not as if they don't want to become doctors, they don't want to become lawyers. Some of them said it. They might not be capacity to become all those things, but they did not work towards it. That's just it. If they have worked towards it and chasing their dreams, seeing that, who am I? What did I want to do? It will have helped them in becoming those things. Because I've seen some people. I asked one guy, he is wondering about, not let me say wondering, he's working though, he's smoking, he's doing all those things. And I called him, I said, what do you want to do? I said, you might not have money to go to school, like every one of us, or I am privileged, but there are things you can do and become something great in life that people can see. So I asked him, what do you think you're just here in life or just coming to say? And apart from being that, even as a Christian as I am, I believe that God too did not just create us just to be on earth. Yes. So it's a very, this identity stuff is a very big matter. It's a very big deal in becoming something on earth.
Okay, how can someone cultivate a growth mindset and be more open to new experiences? How can someone cultivate a growth mindset?
Okay. How do I start, or how do I start this phase? Is that,
is it a personal something or is it general something?
It's personal. It's personal because nobody can help you to discover yourself. Yeah. And the growth that you need is you helping yourself to become something, in the sense that you have to ensure you are, like I said the previous time, you have to develop yourself, you have to build yourself, you have to invest in knowledge. That's the word I would say for growth. Anything you want to do, knowledge is power. That's what they will say. There's a slogan, my primary school motto, they will say knowledge is power. So to anything or to become anything, you have to invest more in knowledge. You have to build yourself. And I learned that from a friend. The person will tell me, Tolu, what are you using your time to do? Why don't you read books that will help your mindset? Because there was one time I was like, I earned this so amount. In my face, it was a very big money. But when I started earning the money, I told him, I said, this money is a small money, Jesus. It's not enough for me. Because when I collect the salary, he said, Tolu, do you know with that amount, you can still make a big deal out of this because you have not invested and deal with your mindset. Yeah. And that's because you have not gathered knowledge to help yourself grow in that aspect. There was a book I was reading. He said, with little amount you are earning, you can save up, you can do so many things, and it will still be enough for what you have to do. So I believe that in growth, you have to invest more in knowledge. There's no amount of knowledge that is very small. If it's to read books, learn from people, have mentors that you look up to, that are standard, that have gone through those phases, will actually help.
This is a very big something that most and every individual would want to listen to, because majority of us have a lot to do. And to be sincere with you, a lot of people, a lot of youth, or let's say a lot of young adults, have a lot of excuses that the reason why they are failing. My parent doesn't have this. My parents doesn't have that. I don't have this. I don't have enough equipment. I don't have enough money. I don't have this. I don't have that. But when they listen to you speak, at least they have between the mindset on how it's supposed to work. Yeah. So I'm going to ask further that how do you cope with criticism? How do you deal with it, or how do you cope with the negative feedback from people when you found yourself?
There's one song I want to sing, but I don't know how to sing it because I'm not very fluent in Yoruba. They say kosi wa to lewu.
Exactly.
Kosi, I don't understand.
So,
but yeah, they will say there's nothing that you can use to satisfy human being.
Exactly.
I learned that in some few months back, in the sense that I was telling I called one of my friends. I said, do you know what somebody did to me? He said, what? I told him. I said, somebody insulted me because I invested my money in gadgets. The person said, you're supposed to have splitted the money and do this. I said, when I thought about it, it was trying to criticize me that I wasted money. And me too, I began to think. I said, Tolu, show Tolu, waste your. But later, I thought about it in the sense that, okay, if I don't buy this thing,
Who will do that for you?
It's not even about who will do that for me. I will not enjoy what I need to enjoy.
Exactly.
Because people will say their own. It's you that know what you want. That's what I believe.
Because you found yourself.
Yes. People will definitely say a lot of things, but because you know where you are going, you will not mind their words. My grandpa used to say something. He would say, "Ibi eni lo leni dojuko, ma wo tawon elegan." Don't look at what people are going to say. People definitely have many things to say, but because you know you are going somewhere, you don't want to mind their distraction, their
words,
their buzzing, like the way mosquito will be doing wing wing wing. You know, if sleep is still worrying you, despite the mosquito, you will still sleep.
Sure.
So that's how it's supposed to be. Because you have a destination and you have a place you are going to, you will not mind what people say. Because people will definitely say something. Is it not people? If you do this one, they say you don't know how to do it. If you do that one, they say, you get that thing. But because you know where you are going to, definitely, it's because there's something you are pursuing. And it's because it is burning on your heart. If it's not burning on your heart, some people will discourage you and you will get off.
That's why it's called passion. You understand?
Because I told myself, I was like, what this person actually said is true. But when I thought about it, I was like, no, it's not what it says that matters. It's my happiness. It does not define what I'll be comfortable with now.
Exactly.
So he was criticizing me, you do not have sense. In my mind, I was like, Baba is telling me in sense, okay. I now had to sit down and think it. I was like, this thing I actually need it. But I could have gone for the lesser grade, but I went for the expensive one.
That's it.
But I told myself, if I go for the lesser one, it's me that will still later suffer.
Exactly.
So I believe that because you know what you want, you pursue it.
With time.
Yes. You keep pursuing it because you know what you really want.
One thing I've also realized about those sets of people who criticize you, who give negative feedback on what you are doing or what you intend doing, is that those kind of people, when you talk to them, you discuss with them, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, please, is there any way you can be of help? I have realized with time that those people don't actually in support.
Okay, let me say something. Sometimes
they rather just put it down.
Young people, because me personally, I love to learn from people. So if I want to take any decision, I'll be like, guy, Alpha. If it's a guy, I'll tell them, guy, Alpha, what this step I want to take, what do you think it's going to be like? What do you think? And they'll say, okay, I hear from this one. I'll call my friend too that is a lady. I need to hear from you. What do you feel it is? But despite what they will say, it is you that know what you want, and you know that, okay, this thing they said is good. This person is actually making a point.
Okay.
This another person is actually making a point. But the major thing is that you know what you want. Many people don't know what they want. That's why when somebody tell them this thing, they will go that way. It's like somebody that is going to Oshodi. Because you don't know Oshodi, if they tell you that Songo Road is to Oshodi, you will follow because you don't know the road. So that's the major issue. They don't know. If you don't know, you don't know.
Exactly.
But because you know that this is the way to Oshodi, nobody can tell me that this way is to Oshodi.
You can even agree with them, but in
your mind, you know what to do. Exactly. That's what is happening to people. People tend to be pushed by, okay, they say we should go to this trend. And I've seen it majorly in some people. They follow what is trending. Not because, okay, this is what I want to stand by. I listened to one man when I went for a training sometimes. He said he was making money in his field. But at some point, he was not making money any longer. He said that one did not stop him from doing what he wants to, because he knows what he wants and he's still doing it because of passion. Not because the thing is not generating money for him, or he will not stop. Because this trend, there's now money. He's doing other investments. But the primary one that he wants to do, he's still doing it. So that's just what I feel. If you know what you want, to pursue it, not what people say.
Okay, now, can you share, because actually, we need to be practical, we need to say things that are real.
Yeah.
So that some people watching are in that category. They would want to learn and relearn from the experience you are giving to them. Yeah. So can you share a personal story of overcoming adversity to pursue your passion? Because I believe to every passion there are challenges. they are vast through their problems, their tribulation that will not enhance you to do that stuff. So can you share a personal story of how of the adversity
God.
of how you overcome rather?
Like really, one of the major challenges I had or I have is that I lack self-confidence by the environment I grow.
Mm.
And it's like if you don't have confidence in yourself, it will affect you of where you are and where you are going.
So, yeah.
I'm in class, though it's not as if I'm in fact, when I resumed school, my first year, I was top in my class that people will come and meet me, this one, that one. But it's not as if I don't have that self-confidence. But when I begin to do things personally, like how I begin to doubt myself that can I do it? Even my first GP, hey, I was doubting myself. I said, Jesus, can I make it to first class? Because in polytechnic we use distinction.
Yeah.
Can I make it to distinction? In fact, when result came out, I don't want to check it. I was like, hey Jesus, did I get distinction? Everybody eyes on me that I'm a distinction candidate. And truly, when I checked it, I was on distinction. But one of the major problem I know that became a major challenge on this my journey was lack of self-confidence, and it started from environment where I worked. They really troubled me in that aspect. And now I'm grateful to God that I had to read books and I'm still upping myself. It's one of the biggest challenge that if you don't have confidence in yourself, it's a very terrible thing. Very, very terrible thing. When I say very terrible thing, because that's one of the major challenges I face. They will talk down on me and it will lower my self-esteem that can I do this thing? And inside of me, I can do it or I am doing it, but they will talk down on me and it will but sometimes it can pressure me to go and I will not grieve for them. I'll say no, I will go and watch tutorial, watch everything, begin to develop myself, but those talk used to help, but some way it's killing my self-confidence. I'll not be able to, those kind of things. I'll not be able to talk. I'm like, if these people say this thing now, you'll be like, this girl cannot do. Even at some point, they will, instead of taking me out, they say, you shoot nonsense or you do those things really killed me. I begin to doubt myself that am I really in for this thing? But with time, I saw that I can do it. I begin to develop myself and ensuring that me myself, I don't mind what they say and help myself to be better.
So self-confidence, it's a process, because to someone who is into media, for example, it's not easy, because we believe we are professionals who can outdo the job. So anytime you see yourself in that same professional way and you know that this is what I want to do, people will talk about it, okay? Then you develop yourself. The adversity was lack of self-confidence. Then you overcame it by self-development.
Yes.
I'm very sure someone watching would also do the same. What sparked your own passion and purpose, and how has it evolved over time? What was that? What was the cause for that spark?
When I was small, all these things started from when I was small, and I begin to notice that trait. That's why one thing you have to do as an individual is to study yourself. If you don't study yourself, know your weakness, know that you are weak in this aspect, know your strengths, know your ability. So when I was growing up, I begin to pick those things. When people will tell me that, because I am a person that I learn from people, like I said, one of my hobbies is that I like to come close. If I see somebody that is very big, one uncles or aunties, when they are around, if I get any little opportunity to talk to them, I want them to talk to me so that I can learn. Not just because of fun, let's just gist. No, though we can gist in between it, but let's learn. Learning is very key. So those were where I used to pick those of my traits. When they begin to tell me, sometimes people see you far off. Sometimes the way you see yourself is not the way people see you. Some people study you from afar and they can see you and they begin to tell you that this way. Do you think you align to this path? And so in my career of photography, I like taking pictures. I love to post. If you see, oh my god, I have
I know.
pictures. When I was small, they used to take me to studio. When I saw it, I was like, see this girl. She's a photographer. She's a photogenic person. So like, so they will call me to go and take pictures of them, and I will ensure that it is perfect, so that they will not say, this picture go fine, me or the post here, those kind of things. So I will ensure I take the picture well to their satisfaction before I leave their place. And me myself, if I want them to take me picture, I'll say no, it's not fine. I did not stand very well. I did not do this very well. So he started putting interest on me. I will not be looking at pictures. How did these people do this picture? Then I was even small. They used to bring photographer. I would go and be looking at her. How is she doing? And then they were still using film. It's not even this Gen Z time that they were using card. It was film that they will roll inside it. So she will remove. I will be like, how is this? The thing will not do shara. When they on the light, it do shara. So I was attracted by all those things. So in my mind, I was like, I started growing up. So when I got to my secondary school, I told myself, photography, I will learn it. So at some point, I went for a 2 weeks training. But I was not passionate. The way they were not explaining the camera, they were explaining shorter. They were explaining this thing. I was like, this thing I will learn it. So I told my parents. My parents did not even, they not put mind to it.
Yeah.
Their own is about school. But when school did not work out for 3 to 4 years, they saw that this girl was serious to learn. So they had to put me in a place of learning. I was like, I want to tell this person I want to learn. So that's how I started my journey of learning photography. And even for phone. What made me into social media management? It was because I was a phone person. My house, everybody, they had issues with their phone. I would check the back of the phone, everything, how to edit. Nobody taught me, but because I would check it, how are they doing this thing? Watch tutorial. That's how I begin to develop myself, and then I start checking online. Okay, this is how they do it. This is how people. So one of the things, family helped me. My own family, they helped me in identifying those spotlight. They will just, it's not as if they will just call you, come help me to do this thing. And I saw that I begin to find interest in all those things, and I started developing myself because I saw that it's now becoming something that I am used to. Yeah. And I want to become better. So that's how I started my journey. I started learning, I started checking tutorials, checking this to ensure that I grow. I started investing more in learning. I take courses online to ensure that I better myself, not that I should be obsolete. No, in this Gen Z life that we are, you will see something to be like, how did they do it? How did they do it? And you want to know. So that's what I feel.
Okay, that's massive, and that's educative as well. So I want to ask personally that has there been any time you face challenges while growing up, and why pursuing your crafts as a photographer and all that? And
okay, challenges. Challenges. No challenges are hard because I don't have some of the things I need for those crafts.
so how do you overcome?
I disturb my parents' life.
Apart from your parents, how was there any other things put in place for you?
There was nothing, no. Because I did not have choice. I'll tell them stylishly because they know that I started soaking up in this thing. It will take up my time. They saw how much I was investing and making sure I must be better. If some of the pictures I take today, is self-development. I keep checking, and they saw that this girl, she's not ready to give up on these things. So they will make sure I did not have laptop at some point. They shall look for way. There was not even money that time. They ensure say this girl said she needs this laptop, and they provided it. And so many challenges that cannot talk about, but we are grateful for every challenge we face, because every challenge is to help you become stronger, and so that you can surpass. It's just the more you face challenge, for every growth there's a challenge.
Yeah.
So you pass through a phase, you have a challenge, you go through another phase, you pass through a challenge.
Okay. You said something. You said you cried to your parents for to help you getting some of those equipment. Someone's watching the video and the person just smiled and said, "Look at this girl. Should be you are parents to talk to. What of me? That's I don't have anybody to talk to. So how do I get that done.
Sometimes it's not even about parents. I believe sometimes, even nowadays, how many things are they ask for parents?
Sure.
But the thing is, you yourself, because they see seriousness. Some people are not serious. I've seen parents that they provided everything that and yet the child is not serious. But if they see that this child too is serious with what, even apart from parents, I've seen people that don't even have parents and yet they are successful in life. That's because they determine and say no. What is it? By force, by fire. Even some photographers will tell us that they don't start with their camera. They rent.
Yeah.
I started doing a video on my journey of photography. I said
I think I saw one of those videos.
You saw it. One of the challenges I have was background. You go to client house, as somebody that is just upcoming now. You go to some client house, you see it. Tell you, Jesus. In my mind, I will like Holy Ghost.
I wish I have.
Exactly. Those equipment. But with time, you cannot just grow once in bits. Yeah. So you can rent. You can, even the money you are getting, you can start saving up, start getting all this. Okay, I want to work towards getting this equipment. I want to work towards buying this thing. It's work out. You cannot just come big. All these things are not once do. Even all the TYBLO, I used to go to their classes and all that. They will tell you that I did not just blow once or get all these things that you see. I begin to save and buy them in bits. I rent and all of that.
Okay, in this generation, I have seen people, especially a guy from maybe, let's say, age of 15 upward, 17, 18, 19, 20. Most of them go into something because of what they believe that is cashing out. They believe, once I just put my leg into this thing, I'm going to cash out.
Everybody wants money.
But at the end of the day, they become frustrated and they want to withdraw. What do you think is the cause of that?
The thing is, you yourself, it's already like shame.
Okay.
Because I believe that for everything you want to do, there's a mindset behind that thing.
Okay. As I said, okay, most of them, they want to go into that thing because they believe that once I enter, they begin to cash out.
Okay.
So their mindset of doing that thing is money. So what do you have to say about that?
One of the things people believe that, okay, if I do this business is trendy. I want let me use ladies as an example.
Okay.
I've seen some ladies that I want a shop, girls' clothes. Let me quickly go and quickly buy one or two, which I should be selling. You do not have the right strategy, the right plan. In fact, you just go bankrupt. You really want to later wear that clothes. So don't just do things because people are doing them. I was advising one of my friends. She said, Tolu, I want to go to PR. There's money in PR. I said, okay. I called her head to her.
What is PR?
PR is public relations.
Okay.
I told her that. I called her head to her. I said, this so person, if you go to that department and say because you want to do because of me, you are deceiving yourself. What if there's no money there? You do something because of passion. Whether there's money, whether there's no money, you will do it.
I want to be satisfied.
When something will evolve, something will just happen. You don't know who's watching you. So you do something for passion first. And there was one book I was reading. They said, you as an entrepreneur, is this solving problem first before the profit. So go with the mindset, okay, what I'm doing, every business, they are trying to solve a problem. Yeah. So you have to have the mindset of solving a problem. Okay, if you are selling a cloth, you are solving the needs of people wanting to buy, they need dresses. Okay. They need to be fine. You are solving the need of beauty. So you don't just do it because you want to do it for money. No, if you do it, you are failed. In fact, they will later send you away.
That's quite explanatory and very, very annotated for everyone watching this video to learn. Okay, Toluwani, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for coming, and I believe my audience are intact. They are ready to learn a lot from you.
Yes. Small girl like us, we do not know anything, no. Just need to. We do not know anything, but thank you very much. I feel very honored to come here because I'm a shy person. I don't like showing in the public. Even myself, I'll be like, I said I saw myself one day doing some videos at my office as a content creator. I said, ah, it's me that do this video.
Wow,
No,
wow,
it's
wow.
not me. Because I'm a
Shy
timid
type.
person, but thank you anyways for bringing my face out because I did not expect it.
What are social media handles so I can tell my audience?
Okay, follow me on Facebook as my Facebook handler. Okay, my Facebook handle is Emmanuel Toluwani, and my Instagram account is Toluwani
Can you spell it so that
14. Toluwani underscore 14. TIOLUWANIMI underscore 14.
so let's endeavor to follow her and watch her crafts. Okay, if you heard from Toluwani, you know my name already, Sonny Sam, your #1 financial expert. To watch more videos like this, make sure you follow and you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sonny Sam Official. Also on Instagram. And guess what? To be Finding Your Spark episode 6 next. Make sure you watch this one to the end and be ready to watch the next video. Thank you.